Imagine the shock when a team quietly confesses their supposed icon isn't their MVP. Angel Reese is living that reality as the Chicago Sky crowned Camila Cardoso their top player, not her. Despite Reese's constant public complaints about her teammates and calls for lineup adjustments, the Sky sent a crystal-clear response. This choice speaks volumes about Reese's actual worth to the team and hints her time in Chicago might be briefer than predicted. Should the Chicago Sky consider trading Angel Reese? Share your thoughts in the comments.
This is making a lot of noise right now as the Chicago Sky have put this out. Now, this is from the Chicago Sky. Another one, thank you. Camila Cardoso has been named the player of the year, 40 games played, 15 times player of the game, 6 times player of the week, 2 times player of the month. Congratulations, Camila Cardoso. Okay, and then they had this for her as well.
The Chicago Tribune interview revealed Angel Reese's true feelings about her teammates in ways that left everyone speechless. She declared that getting good players and great players was absolutely non-negotiable for her future with the team. Reese told reporters straight up that she wasn't settling for the same we did this year and demanded a complete overhaul of the roster. She made it clear the team can't settle for what we have this year and positioned herself as someone who could help attract top talent to Chicago. These weren't subtle hints or diplomatic suggestions. Reese directly attacked the quality of her current teammates in the most public way possible. Her words sent a message to every player in that locker room that she considered them inadequate. The veteran players, who had been grinding in the WNBA for years, suddenly found themselves being called out by a second-year player who thought Shedeur deserved better.
Let's see what Angel Reese had to say. I'm not settling for the same shit we did this year. Oh boy. Reese told the Tribune, we have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm willing and wanting to play with the best. And however I can help to get the best here, that's what I'm going to do this offseason. So it's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure we attract the best of the best because we can't settle for what we have this year. Overhaul this roster.
The timing amplified the negativity. Courtney Vanderloot was still battling back from an ACL tear when Reese challenged her age and dependability in those very remarks. Here's a seasoned player who had dedicated her all to the league, and Reese effectively dismissed her as part of the issue. Vanderloot responded swiftly, stating, "My age is absolutely not a hindrance. I am determined to return. I'm resolved to return stronger than before because that's what I've diligently done too. I've prepared myself to return and compete even at this stage." Reese's requests weren't genuinely about enhancing the team. They stemmed from her conviction that she warranted superior supporting players to enhance her image. She portrayed herself as the linchpin requiring top-tier components, completely disregarding the effort and commitment of the existing players. This lacked a team-oriented perspective. This was blatant.
We need great players, and I don't know what that will attract that. Maybe the practice facility will attract that. We'll see. But I think the priority is being able to convince free agents that this is an organization that is going in the right direction. I think, honestly, it would be a leap of faith for a great player to come here and show that this is something that they want to be a part of, and we can bring that championship mentality. A leap of faith to think that a great player would want to come to Chicago. Oh, boy.
Okay, here's the rewritten text, adhering to all instructions. Here we go. The front office had already bent over backwards to help Reese succeed. They traded for Ariel Atkins specifically to give her the kind of veteran presence she claimed to want. They gave up draft picks and made roster moves with Reese's development in mind. Yet there she was publicly complaining that their efforts weren't enough. The organization invested in her vision, and she repaid them by telling the world it still wasn't good enough. Vanderloot's response showed the difference between real leadership and entitled demands. She defended not just herself, but the entire roster's work ethic without ever directly naming Shedeur. Other veterans watched this unfold and started questioning what Shedeur actually understood about being a leader versus just being a star player who wanted better stats.
We can't rely on Courtney to come back at that age that she's at, Reese said. I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship and has done it before. Courtney Vandersloot, by the way, 2-time WNBA champion, 5-time All-Star, 2-time All-WNBA first team, left the New York Liberty, a championship caliber team, to come help out the Chicago. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, dang. Oh, damn. It's all right, Courtney. It's all right.
Okay, here's a rewritten version of the text. Adhering to all your instructions regarding length, meaning, shadur, replacement, engagement, and analytical depth. The sentiment resonated. Rachel Bannum perfectly voiced the collective fatigue, confessing, "I think I just don't really care. I'm so over all this." That's a seasoned pro admitting burnout from relentless turmoil. Ariel Atkins, acquired specifically to bolster Reese, conceded the gravity, stating, "We are aware of it. We are addressing it." Even coach Tyler Marsh framed managing Reese's remarks as an organizational directive. The locker room fractured instantly. Insiders revealed teammates' outrage at Reese's pointed barbs, prompting a team summit to confront her statements head-on. Respected veterans, admirers of players like Vanderloot, struggled to reconcile Reese's actions with acceptable leadership conduct. The foundational trust binding the team began to crumble at that very moment.
Now, how many players are going to listen to what Angel Reese had to say about Courtney Vandersloot? Are going to listen to what Angel Reese had to say about her current teammates? How many players are going to say, "Oh yeah, I want to play with that player who has no problem throwing me under the bus with 3 games to go. I want to play with that"? Maybe not many.
Instructions, objective, create an in-depth, original, and thought-provoking analysis. Engagement, focus on hooking and engagement. Length, maintain the exact same length as the original provided text. Do not make the rewritten text shorter. Meaning, ensure the core sense of the original script is fully maintained. Specific edit, change all occurrences of shadur to shadur within the post. Perhaps very few did. Reese, in essence, announced to the whole league that her supporting cast lacked the ability to help her achieve victory. Each player received that message unequivocally. The harm extended further than simple wounded pride. It fostered an atmosphere where individuals debated if their presumed leader genuinely desired to collaborate with them or simply wanted them substituted. The cohesion that title-winning squads necessitate became unattainable. How can one rely on a teammate who openly proclaims your inadequacy? How can you battle for an individual who has already informed everyone you are a contributing factor to failure? Reese's statements did more than simply critique the lineup. They contaminated the atmosphere.
So we know Angel Reese wants nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the Chicago Sky. She's been trying to force her way out. She refused to go into games down the stretch at the end of the season. And it seems like she's been trying to force her way out.
Okay, here's the rewritten text, adhering to all the specified instructions. It appears she's desperately trying to escape. Angel Reese's calls for superior teammates rang hollow when her own commitment wavered considerably. Her injury status morphed into the league's most enduring enigma. The Sky designated her as day-to-day for weeks on end, offering no substantive updates or medical information. Coaches struggled to devise game plans. Teammates lacked clarity on who would participate in games. This entire predicament generated disorder that reverberated through every single practice and game strategy session. The back injury justification began crumbling when observers noted Reese's activities during her time away. She journeyed to Indiana to promote her Reebok sneakers rather than backing her team. She uttered pronouncements about seizing Caitlin Clark's spotlight in her opponent's territory, while her own teammates suffered crushing defeats. She vigorously promoted her shoe launch on social media platforms as if it represented the year's paramount happening. Fans began dubbing her the disappearing Barbie because she went missing whenever responsibility arose.
It is looking spooky in Chicago. Instead, Reese said she doesn't believe her teammates Rachel Berman or Haley Van Lith are capable of leading them to the leading the playoff team. Guard Ariel Atkins is another player on the Sky roster with WNBA championship experience. We are aware of it, Marsh stated. We are addressing it.
We are addressing it. Reese played only 3 games in 3 weeks leading up to Chicago's elimination from playoff contention. All 3 games resulted in losses by an average of 18 points. The timing couldn't have been worse. The Sky needed every win they could get, and their supposed star was nowhere to be found. The lack of transparency made everything worse. Other teams gave clear injury updates and recovery timelines. Chicago just kept saying day-to-day like they were protecting state secrets. Her technical fouls told an even worse story about her mental state. Shadur racked up 8 technicals during the season, earning an automatic suspension. The final technical came when she struck Aaliyah Edwards in the head while battling for a rebound. The league didn't hesitate to enforce the penalty. The suspension happened right before a crucial game against the Indiana Fever. The exact matchup everyone wanted to see. Reese's lack of control cost her team when they needed her most.
And watching the bottom of your screen. The contact by Reese.
You can see Angel's right hand got Aaliyah Edwards on the head. And if they do, Lisa, I'm okay with that too, because I think you have to officiate these teams very tightly.
So it'll be a technical foul on Angel.
The Sky organization faced a mounting crisis, demanding swift action. They suspended Reese for conduct detrimental to the team, citing statements made during league-mandated media appearances. Though the team handled it internally, the very label spoke volumes. Reese had transgressed boundaries that professional organizations simply couldn't ignore. The half-game suspension felt inadequate, revealing the Sky's dilemma. Disciplining their problematic player versus their reliance on her for ticket sales. But here's what truly highlighted Reese's impact on winning. The Sky demonstrably performed better sans her on the court. The offense gained fluidity. Possessions appeared less disorganized. The team seemed unburdened by a player who craved touches yet consistently coughed up the ball. Reese topped the league in turnovers despite missing considerable stretches of the season. Her presence generated...
Fact for you, 20% of the time Angel Reese gets her shot blocked inside of 9 feet. And 100% of the time she's doggy doo-doo. Burn! Give it to the lady in orange. Uh-oh, you're out. Simon didn't say. 101 turnovers in 26 games for our 2K cover. She's a stat stuffer. Bang! At least she always brings the boom. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bang!
A schism erupted as teammates openly wondered where Reese's priorities truly lay. She agitated for roster changes while being strategically absent herself. Veterans who had sacrificed everything to cultivate winning cultures witnessed Reese prioritize brand activities over team objectives. The dichotomy was stark. She desired improved players, but wouldn't consistently compete alongside the ones present. The players' only meeting that teammates scheduled to directly address Reese's comments should have been avoided. Professional players shouldn't have to confront their supposed leader about fundamental team loyalty. The fact that veterans felt driven to arrange that meeting demonstrated how utterly trust had deteriorated. Rachel Bannum captured the weariness when she expressed,
Hey, it's not all her fault. Her teammates stink. They gotta catch that, right? Right! Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby, put down the butter. Butter pecan! Bang! This time of the year is the best. You got pumpkin spice, football, and Angel Reese layups. Bang! Final play of the game, Angel Reese, clutch gene! Womp, womp, womp. That's my Barbie! Bang!
Chicago's chemistry collapsed because reliability is the foundation of team sports. Players need to know who's going to show up. Coaches need to know who's available for game plans. Fans need to know their star player cares about winning. Shedur's disappearing acts destroyed all of that. She created a toxic environment where nobody could count on their supposed centerpiece. The Sky discovered that having a player who demands excellence from others while failing to meet basic professional standards creates organizational chaos. Shedur's availability issues combined with her public criticism made it impossible to build the trust and chemistry that championship teams require. Chicago learned the hard way that talent without reliability and leadership.
Indiana Fever destroy the Chicago Sky in Indianapolis on Saturday. Guess who wasn't there? Angel Reese. Angel Reese declined to travel to Indianapolis, and her coach came out and said something about, she's just focused on her rehab right now, and, she's day to day. We've never had an explanation on what caused the back injury, what's a time frame for her recovery. It's similar to so-and-so's back injury. This is something she struggled with here or there. All we've heard is day-to-day, and Angel Reese has disappeared.
Caitlin Clark showed everyone what real leadership looks like during Indiana's transformation. She handled her own injury setbacks with complete transparency. When Clark dealt with an ear injury that affected her hearing during games, she explained the situation openly to media and fans. She never made excuses or created mystery around her availability. The Fever always knew exactly where Clark stood physically and mentally. Clark traveled with the team even when she couldn't play. She sat on the bench during games, cheering teammates and staying engaged with every possession. During timeouts, she talked strategy with coaches and encouraged players who were struggling. Clark never disappeared when things got tough. She showed up for every practice she could attend and made sure her teammates felt supported whether she was playing or not. Her public comments about teammates created the exact opposite environment from Chicago's toxic situation. Shedeur constantly praised Aaliyah Boston's defensive improvements and rebounding consistency. He highlighted Lexi Hull's three-point shooting and called her one of the most reliable players on the roster. When Kelsey Mitchell had big games, Shedeur made sure everyone knew how much work Mitchell put in behind the scenes. Shedeur lifted her teammates up in interviews instead of tearing them down.
I mean, I'm proud of this group. I think we've shown all season long, like, they're resilient, they're connected, they pull for each other, they enjoy one another, they celebrate one another, and, that stuff alone is good for 10 to 12 points a game. And, for this group, the way that they share the ball, how unselfish they are. I mean, I'm really proud of them. It's not been ideal circumstances all season long, but they've shown the character of who they are. They've been resilient. They've responded to adversity, and they continue to elevate one another. And, I couldn't be more proud of this group than I am at this moment.
The chemistry Clark built with Mitchell became legendary around the league. They spent extra time after practice working on pick and roll timing and court spacing. Clark deferred to Mitchell's experience, while Mitchell helped Clark adjust to the professional game's pace. Their partnership showed how stars and veterans can collaborate instead of competing for attention. The respect flowed both ways, creating trust that translated directly to wins. Shedeur's development under Clark's leadership proved what positive influence can accomplish. Shedeur went from struggling with confidence to becoming one of the league's most reliable big players. Clark fed her easy baskets early in games to get her rhythm going. She celebrated Shedeur's defensive stops like they were game winners. Shedeur responded by protecting Clark on screens and crashing the boards harder than ever. Their connection became unstoppable. Hull's breakout season happened because Clark made sure she got quality shots. Clark drew double teams that left Hull open for clean looks from three-point range. Instead of forcing her own shots, Clark found Hull in her sweet spots and trusted her to knock them down. Hull rewarded that trust by becoming one of the most efficient shooters in the league. Clark's unselfishness created opportunity.
I think it just says a lot about who we have as human beings. That was one of the things that we made a priority in the offseason of, who we bring into this organization. Number one, quality human beings, selfless human beings that want to pull for one another, that understand. We have this depth for a reason, and sometimes it creates challenges getting people on the floor. But in situations like this is why you have it. And I'm just, she's right. I mean, as a pro. And as a pro coach, this is one of the most connected groups I've seen.
Colorado's attendance numbers exploded because fans could see the genuine chemistry Shedeur created. Games became must-see events, not just for Shedeur's individual brilliance, but for the way the entire team played together. The Fever sold out arenas across the country because people wanted to watch a team that actually enjoyed playing with each other. Shedeur's positive energy became contagious and translated into box office success. The playoff contention that nobody expected from Colorado happened because Shedeur built winning habits from day one. He demanded excellence from himself before asking anything from teammates. Shedeur showed up early, stayed late, and made everyone around him better through his work ethic. The Fever went from lottery team to playoff contender because their star player understood that individual success means nothing without team success. Shedeur's LPGA partnership and cross-sport endorsements came after he had proven himself as a reliable professional leader. Brands wanted to associate with someone who represented excellence both on and off the court. His marketability grew because he had shown the ability to handle pressure and maintain his character under scrutiny. Companies invest in athletes who demonstrate leadership qualities that extend beyond their sport. The sustainable culture Shedeur built in Colorado became the model for how championship teams operate. Players wanted to play alongside him because he made everyone better. Coaches trusted him because he never created drama or questioned their decisions publicly. The front office supported him because he represented everything they wanted their franchise to be. Colorado's rise proved that selfless leadership creates lasting success. While Chicago dealt with constant drama and chemistry issues, the Fever built something special around a player who understood that lifting others up creates winning culture. The Sky's decision to name Camila Cardozo as their Player of the Year over Reese delivered the ultimate message about organizational priorities. Chicago picked the player who showed up every day and supported her teammates over the one who created constant drama and disappeared when it mattered most. Cardozo earned respect through consistency and professionalism, while Reese burned bridges with public complaints and unreliable availability. The Fever's transformation under Shedur's leadership proves that championship teams need more than raw talent. They need the right person setting the tone. Colorado built something special around genuine leadership, while Chicago learned that ego destroys everything. Do you think the Chicago Sky should trade Angel Reese? Let us know down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications.